Hello everyone, it's Daniel, and today we're talking about how you have to think like a business owner and not like a painter to actually grow your painting business. So if you're someone struggling to grow your painting business and you're figuring out which way is the best way to basically go about it, then this video is actually perfect for you. So what you can do for me is basically subscribe and push notifications and like this video so it can be pushed out to more people in need. And after that, let's just get right into it. So you need to think like a business owner to actually grow your painting business and not like a painter just basically looking for the next job. And I don't mean that in the sense that you can't be a painter in your painting business. If that's what you want, that's perfectly fine, but this video is more tailored to people having a painting business and actually want to grow the painting business to have basically a serious income and also have a serious business, so they're actually not really working in the day-to-day operations. They're actually working basically on their business and not in their business, and without basically lead them to basically doubling and tripling their income basically by doing so. But we all start from somewhere, and also personally I'm also starting from somewhere. I'm also trying to start my own painting business, so I'm also in that type of sense. But you need to have the mentality to do so. You have to have the mentality as a business owner to actually work on your business and figure out what you need to do to actually work on it and actually do the day-to-day operations. You only have to do that at the very beginning, but something you should do and should never ever do is paint. You cannot be an employee of your business. You cannot be actually producing the work, because if you have to produce the work, do the estimates, find the jobs, manage all the projects, then you're literally just a painter. You're just a painter in a business. You're not a business owner, and you need to actually be a business owner and operate like one if you actually want to grow your painting business and not just be a painter just getting jobs from word of mouth, referrals. You want to have a serious income and a serious business, producing basically 15 to 20 to 25, 30 jobs a month and hitting this 100K revenue mark. You have to think like that, because you need the systems in place in order to even handle that and also even grow to that point, because it's a never-ending cycle of a bottleneck basically, because you always have to be fixing problems and you need to have systems to basically fix it with ease. And that's basically what it comes down to. So with that, basically the first thing to do, basically to think like a painting business owner and a painter, is you gotta focus on what you can do that will make you more money. If what you're doing is not making you more money and just saving you more money, then you're already you're already starting off bad, because that's basically why some owners actually paint, because they're saving money rather than hiring people to paint it. Because if they hire people to paint the projects that you guys basically win, you're saving yourself 8 hours a day. That's basically 40 hours a week to actually work on the things you need to do to actually grow. That's either creating a system in your business to hire people like a project manager or estimators, let's say you're actually in the start. So like me, I don't have estimators or project managers on at the beginning, so I'm basically doing anything myself except for painting, because I have hired people to actually do the painting for me, because that's the best way to go about it. Because I will not have time to run my painting business and run my marketing company if I'm the one painting basically my work. Also, I'm not a painting expert and I don't really have experience in painting, so I'm just gonna give bad results to customers, and that's not what I want to build my company as. So basically, if you're not working or doing the things that have the biggest ROI, so that's not focusing on marketing, basically getting more leads, turning them into estimates, actually winning jobs. So basically the sales aspect of your painting business, and that's really what every business is. You need to have money coming in. You basically need to be able to sell jobs, because then you'll never basically be hungry in your painting business, and your business will always be growing if you're able to sell a job at a fantastic rate and at a fantastic price, because you can't be underbidding your jobs forever to get jobs, because then you'll really have horrible margins. So you're not going to be making a good penny from these jobs. You're just again wasting your time, and that's not what you want. You want to maximum money and maximum basically time and money to have then you basically maximize life, because nobody wants to work 80 hours a week and they're not making that much money. Because I think everybody will work 10-20 hours a week and make double their income, rather than working 10 to 20 hours a week but working making half of what they're making at the moment if they're working 80 hours a week and making double. Everybody would rather work less and make more, because that's basically how life is. We don't have life for long. So with that, you got to focus on basically to do the things that bring you the most money, and that's sales. So whichever it is, if you're not filling up your personal calendar for sales, then that's where you got to start with. Once you're able to fill up your calendar consistently and you're actually losing time, then that's when you go basically get a part-time estimator or an estimator, so you fill up their calendar. And when you're able to fill up their calendar, then you can probably take on more estimates yourself. But the goal is you're supposed to fill up your calendar. Every time you can't basically when you're starting working 40-50 hours and you have to hire someone or delegate that task to somebody else. So if you're doing, let's say, 10-15 estimated weeks, and that's could be a lot because estimates take a long time. You gotta drive to places too, because you should not really be doing over the phone estimates, because like it's harder to win a job and harder to price a job and all that bad stuff. You just want to be at the estimate because it's easier to even talk to a person. You actually can develop a nice basic relationship. So with that, if you're not booking up your calendar, doing 12-15 estimates, and you're still having time to do other things, that's your main goal. Your main goal is then to work on your marketing, work on where you're getting your leads. Is it door to door? Is it lead buying sites? Is it using Facebook ads or Google ads? Or is it website you're getting it from SEO? Whichever it is, or it's word of mouth or referrals. Whichever it is, you have to go harder on it, because you need to fill up your market. You have to fill out basically your pipeline so you can start booking more estimate appointments. So to basically booking more estimate appointments to basically what you can handle at the moment. Once you're clipping 15 estimate appointments a week, you're basically at that point where you're doing too much. Like you're barely having any time to do what's more important. So when you're clipping, basically hitting that mark of that many estimates you have to do, you're basically gonna have no time. You're gonna have no time. You're doing 15 estimate appointments basically a week. But the hard part is get to that. Once you're able to fill up your calendar, then you delegate it to an estimator, then you fill up their calendar. Now what that's gonna do, you're producing 15 estimates a week while you're conducting 15 estimate appointments. Maybe you can even do 5 yourself and go up to 20, because now you have so much free time. Now that you delegate that task, you just freed yourself hours, because 15 estimates about an hour. That's 15 hours. Let's say driving. The driving is about, tack on another 15 hours. That's basically 30 hours a week, because the amount of driving, and when it comes to also delivering the estimates, it's about 20 to 30 hours a week. So once you delegate that to somebody else, you save yourself 20 to 30 hours a week. So what you can do, you probably can take on more estimates, or you can then look at what is your now problem in your painting business. Are you not producing enough job? You're not basically capping out your production. Maybe if that's the case, if you're not basically hitting your production capacity, and you're producing, or you're basically booking a lot of estimates like I just said, then you have to focus on you have to focus on sales. You got to focus on, why are we not selling? Are you selling at 30, 40, 50%? If so, and you're not booking out your calendar, then you have to put more into marketing. So then you bottleneck your sales to bottleneck your production. Because if you're hitting your sales capacity, but your production capacity, you're not getting booked out for a couple weeks to a month or 2 months, it means that you got to do more efforts on marketing than the booking out to basically. Then you got to handle more sales. I'm not trying to get rambled away. So, because a lot of people have their production, their bottleneck is in their production, because they're not able to produce a great deal amount of work, because they can't basically find the painters or the crews, subcontractors, whatever it is you decide to do for your company, to produce the work that needs to be done. So then it just goes back in a circle. It's just always a circle. If you have a bottleneck here, you got to fix it, then it'll alleviate. Then you're gonna have another bottleneck here, then here, then here, and here. If you're not able to fill up your sales calendars, then you have to work on marketing. If you're not able to fill up your production calendar, it means you have to work in your sales. And if sales is not the problem, you have to work in your marketing to fill up sales, to fill up production. That's basically what it is. Whatever is the problem, whatever is not in KPI, you have to focus on it, so then everything else just runs smoothly. Then you hit another bottleneck, you fix it, and it's just a never-ending cycle. Because once you fix the problem, you basically increase the capacity. That means you're able to either produce more work, either conduct more estimates, or be able to market more. So more leads to more estimates to more jobs. It's just a never-ending cycle of rinse and repeat. Because if you need to get more jobs and your sales is already getting booked out, it means you have to do better in sales and basically be able to win more jobs effectively. Because if you're not selling the 30 to 50% of your jobs, because if you're doing 10 to 15 estimate appointments a week, then you're doing 40 to potentially 60 estimate appointments at a 30% sell rate. You should be doing about 15 to 25 jobs. That's 15 to 25 jobs. That should book you out 2 months, a month to 2 months, depending on what type of jobs they are. So if you're not booking at your capacity at that time, then you got to worry about your sales, why you're not selling effectively. If you're selling 30, 40, 50%, then it means you need to expand your sales capacity. Then that results in you putting more effort into marketing to fill up your sales, to win more jobs. Then you hit your production capacity. Then it's just rinse and repeat. Then you increase your production capacity. Then it's just never-ending cycle in that. But my point is you have to think like this. I just rambled on. You have to think like this. Where is my pain points in my business? Attack it, and then you grow your painting business. It's that simple. You have to think like this. A business owner, not a painter, to actually grow your painting business to hit 400, 560, 600, 800K revenue produced in produced in a year. You gotta think like that. What I was just talking about was just systems. A system for sales, a system for production, a system for marketing, and systems to grow these systems. It's that simple. The hard part is just creating them. Once you create them, they're done. They're finished, and you never have to really probably improve it from time to time. But other than that, they're done. And that's the point. The point of this video is for you to think like a business owner than a painter. Because once you think like a business owner, then you think like systems. You gotta think like, oh, how can I grow my painting business? Is my fault in marketing? Is my fault in sales? Or my fault is in production? Whichever is causing the problem in growth, or just you're not hitting the capacity, then you gotta worry about, how can I fix this? How can I win more jobs? Why am I not producing as much? Am I hitting production capacity? Am I booked out 2 months? Okay, hire more crew, subcontractors or employees. If you want to scale real quick to be able to produce an extra basically 5 jobs a month, hire a quick subcontractor. Of course, don't do quick. Of course, vet them, go through the interview process. Don't just hire a random subcontractor you found on Craigslist and just give them a project that you care about, because these are your customers. Of course, you're gonna vet them, but the point is either you hire more employees or subcontractors, because it's easier to bring on a subcontractor and just let them go when demand isn't high. Employees, once you bring on an employee, you have to keep the employee you can't just like get rid of them. Then it's a big mess to try to get rid of an employee, and also to bring them on in the first place, because you have to worry about training and stuff. So contractors, you're not supposed to train them. They come trained on purpose. Employees, there's some employees that can be trained, but that's not really the case. Also, you have to train them to your style in a way, but that's irrelevant. So the point is just, again, like I said, systems. Think like a painting business owner. Not like a painting business owner. Think like a business owner. What do the best painting companies, the top, like CertaPro, Fresco, 360, any other individual, just top painting companies in the area? They have systems. The owner isn't working in the painting business. The owner is working on the owner delegated basically all the tasks that needs to function, so he doesn't even have to be there, and the company will be fine for a month, 2 months. He can go on a vacation for 2 months and the company will still be producing. Of course, as an owner, you cannot just leave your company for a very long time, because you probably have unhappy employees if they see the owner go on a vacation 3 months at a time. But my point is, if you want to have a business, you gotta look at what are the top guys doing that you're not, to get there. Of course, it'll take time. Of course, you're just not gonna get there in a year unless you have the money to do so. Of course, it's gonna take time, but over a year, you gotta do the necessary things each month so you can get to that point where you want to get in a matter of time. If you don't do that now, you never get there, or it'll just take a hell of a lot longer. You gotta think like this in order to get there. If you don't have the systems to basically hire, let's say, even a part-time or a full-time project manager, because if you even hire basically, if it's not an estimator, if you don't want to hire an estimator yet because you're not even filling up your own calendar, then don't do that. But if you're spending too much time on estimates, you don't really have time to manage projects, then you gotta basically create a system, or like an SOP, a standing basically operating procedure, to hire on either a part-time or a full-time basically project manager to handle all the projects. So what that's gonna do, you don't have to worry about how the projects are managed. How's it going? Is it on time? Is it not on time? You delegated that task to somebody else. So what's it gonna do? Free up more time to do what's gonna make you more money. It's that simple. You gotta have always, every day and every month, and basically every week to every year, you always gotta think, what can I do, or what task can I do, or what can I give away that will eventually lead me to make more money with the time freed up time that I have now. Because if you want to work 10 maybe 20 hours a week. Some owners work 5 to 15 hours a week. Why? Because they gave all the importance tasks to everybody. They delegated to everybody. So now they still make a pretty good chunk of change. Probably if they work in certain positions or lay off and actually start working their painting business, they'll be making more money, but they'll be working 3 times as much. And who wants to work 3 times as much if you can work 3 times less and still make a pretty good amount of money? So basically, you gotta think like you gotta think like a business owner and not a painter. That's basically the whole concept of this video. It's not to get you anything but just a business owner, because if you want to grow a business, you gotta basically do what I just said. If you want to be just a painter, just have a job, you enjoy painting, you never want to like stop, then keep painting. This video is not for you. My service is not for you. It's just, this is for business owners. I want to talk to business owners, and I want to help business owners in my understanding and experience with my systems that I've created to basically help you or teach you how to be a business owner and not a painter, because I don't have experience as a painter. I can't tell you what type of primer goes best on this type of wall, or how to scrape or sand this. I don't understand that fully, or what type of paint goes in this. Is it laxative? I don't know. It's just, or which basically paint brand too, Sherwin Williams or Burr Paint or Benjamin Moore. Like, that's not my expertise. My expertise is helping painting businesses scale their marketing, scale their production, and help them scale their basically sales. Basically scale and help their systems in their painting business to basically grow their business month after month, year after year. And it also is completely done for you. It's completely done for you. So if you're actually a painting business owner looking to basically scale your painting business and your painting operation and basically stop working but making way more, then my service is just for you. So basically what you can do is basically you can just check out the bio if you want, or check out the description below. There will be a link. It'll just send you to a funnel, so you can basically book in a call with my team, basically, so I can basically talk to you, see if we can work. If I think we're basically a good fit to work, then we'll proceed after that, but I'm not gonna get more into it now. Basically, so I can show you what I can do for you, what results I can get for you, and basically how I can grow your painting business $30,000-$60,000 in new monthly ad revenue, not just in 3 months, but monthly ad revenue with our marketing system that's completely done for you. You don't have to lift a finger, but you make 3 times or add $30,000-$60,000 in monthly revenue. If that's something you want to learn about, how I can make you $30,000-$60,000 more in monthly revenue, then just click the bio or click the link below and just book a call with us, and you'll see. Because it's a free call. I'm not going to charge you anything. It's just to see if we can work. But that's up to you. If you don't want someone to handle your marketing and basically double your business, then there's no need. Because if you're just going to be a painter, then keep doing what you're doing. Basically work off of word of mouth. Use yard signs across neighborhoods. Have a solid website, because to be at the top, you gotta think like one. You gotta be a business owner to get up there, because not everybody can do it. And certainly, if you're gonna want to be a painter, and that's all fine. I'm not trying to tear down painters. I just wholeheartedly believe if you want to grow your painting business, think like a business owner and not a painter. And that's with that wraps up the video. Basically, thank you for watching this video. I had fun making it. But with that, I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see y'all very soon.